Okay, so hi all, welcome back to Angular 21 tutorial. So we are almost done with the basic topic, including services also, API call integration also, with Signal and the template form. So now the major thing, what Angular 21 brings it, signal-based form. Again, it is in the beta mode, experimental mode only. Things are supposed to change, but they have provided a basic idea how that form is going to be, right? How the validation and everything is going to work. Now, when we talk about template form and when we talk about reactive form, it was very kind of easier. We were used to it, so it felt very easy. But signal based form is something little bit it is difficult or it is new for us. So the way how it works, so it is new for us, right? So at least not now, but as we are completing the tutorial, so we should be familiar like what new things we have in Angular 21. So that's why we are covering it. But again, so many things are there. Maybe in 22, it might come up with the stable version, or it might need one more version. In 23 also, it might come up with a stable version because we use it, we report them like this is the issue we are having, like that they improve and then we get a stable version, right? Now, so let's start with the basic implementation. So the same project, let me run it. Yeah, it is running. Localhost 4200. So now we'll just try to create a small, let's say we will create one more component, ng generate component signal form example. So after creating component, again we have to create the route, the basic things. So let me just copy, paste, signal form. Fine. Let's copy the route. Let's go to our navbar. Let's copy the li. We paste it again. And this value, we need to put it over here. Okay. Let's save it and let's close it. Now, very basic example we will take. Now, let's say you have a login form, right? So when we talk about the login form, it will have some username and password kind of thing, right? So what we need to do first, we need to create a very basic signal, right? So let's say login model is equal to what you do, you create a signal. Now, those who are more friendly with reactive form, this way of writing signal based form might be looking little bit of similar, but those who are only limited with template, so it is very strange for you, the code and everything. What you are going to store? So let's say you have email property, password property. Okay, so we created a signal. Inside this signal, we have just a normal object we created, and that signal value we have stored it. Now we have to create a signal. Now, before using a signal, we have to import a forms. So forms, where it is. So you can see import is coming from Angular form signal. So this form you need to import. One more thing, field also you need to import again from the form signal. Fine. So this is the basic thing. Why it is giving error? Mm, let's first write and then we will see why it is giving error. Or let's remove it for now. Wait, mine is 21 only, no? Yeah, 21 only. Fine. Okay, so what we did, we created a signal, and inside that signal, what number of properties I am going to have, that we have simply stored. Now we have to create the form. Just like in reactive, you create a model also and you create a form also similar to that. So let's say login form is equal to form. Why it's not coming? Then you have to specify your model. So it is login model. Okay. Now, so this is very basic form. That's it. This is your reactive form. Sorry, signal based form. You created a signal. Inside that signal, what number of properties you have, that object you stored, and you created a form saying form, and you have specified this model. Means you have created a signal based form. Inside that, what number of properties you have? Whatever properties I have it over here. Very basic. Now we will open a HTML also. Let's open it side by side. Now in HTML, what you need to do? Let's say a simple dot row dot call 3. Let's say you have a text box over here. Fine. So this was your signal. Now, in reactive form, how do we bind the specific control to the specific input element? Similar like that. Okay. So here you, instead of in reactive form, we bind it with form controller name, right? Here you just need to use square bracket field. That's why we imported this. Okay. Field, and what you will bind? The specific control name. So login form dot, you only have email over here. This is one text box, just like that. Call 3 input square bracket field login form dot password. Okay, this is what you will bind. Now one more, let's say we just need to print it also, like if I'm getting the object on, because once you click on the save or login form, you need the object that you will pass along to the API. So let's try to print that also. So I will use JSON pipe. I know we haven't discussed the pipe, but we have to print the object. So login form. Now login form, what is it? It's a signal. So we have to access as a method. Dot value. In reactive form also we access it. But value is a method now over here. Okay. We will add a pipe, our JSON pipe. Let's see. If I change the form value, it should be printed over here also. Let's see now. By default, your object is empty. This is email. Let's say chetan@gmail.com. See, whenever you are changing the control, your input value, that value is getting to your form also. Right? Password 1112233. Got it? Now you got the object, you send that object to with your API. Right? So basically, whatever we did in your, what do we say? Reactive form and template form, basically we needed the object, right? So same thing is happening over here. So how do you get the object from the signal based form? Like this, your form name dot value, but dot value is not a property, now it's a method. Okay, and again login form is a signal, so you have to access it as a method. This is very basic form. Now let's say you want to add the validation also. How do you add the validation? So this was your very basic login form. Now just like this, login form is equal to form round bracket this dot login model. Now here you have one more property, that is schema option. Schema. Okay. Now here you can add the validation in reactive form. It is similar to reactive form, but the way of writing is something else. First you specify the validation rule and which property you want to add it. So let's say required. See, it is coming from signal. Okay, required. Now from your whole form, with what field you need to add this validation? So schema dot email. Okay, then you need to provide the message also. So comma curly bracket message. Why it is not coming? Required, then round bracket. Okay, sorry, this should be closed over here. Message, let's say this is required. So this thing was not possible in reactive and the template form. Here only you declare the validation and here only you specify the message also. Now no need to have that span and required and everything in the HTML. This is first validation, right? Let's say again required schema, which field? Let's say password, comma message colon password is required. Like this, you keep on adding multiple validation for the respective field. So for email, we added this. Let's say for email, you need to add the email validation also, correct? So here we will try email. schema. What is email? Means this email validation on which field you need to add? Email field. So comma message email not proper, like that. Understood? So this is how you add the validation in signal based form. So you see, how do you create a signal form? It's very easy, but validation is somewhat little bit difficult. I mean, again, it is new. That's why we might face that this is something not what we are used to it, right? You added the validation. Now, how do you show the validation, right? So let's say above, below this text box, we have at the if block, and you need to access the validations, right? So login form dot email dot if invalid. If it is invalid, again, invalid is also your method. If it is invalid, you get the messages like, let's say you have a span tag, email is something message you, whatever the message you want to save. Email is not valid. Let's check till this. Let's add a span color text hyphen danger. Let's see. So you can see email not valid is coming. Let's add instead of span na, or here we will create a div so that it will come into the next line. So this if block, I'm moving it over here. See, once I provide the value at the rate Gmail, okay, now my email field is valid. See, if my email is not proper, I'm getting email not valid. Got it? So this is overall validation if the field is valid or not. Let's say specific message also you want to show, just like how we do in our normal form, right? Required pattern or something. So let's say I will comment this for now. And the if login form dot email dot errors dot, it's an array, right? So how do you access it? It will give you multiple error, right? I also yet to figure out how many things are there, how we access it. Let's try to iterate, because in error you get the array. It's not, previously we had the object. Now this error, let me see if it shows. It has the number of errors. With this particular field, how many number of errors you have, that you get. So it's an array. So let's try to use the for loop. At the rate for loop on this. And here inside this we will show the respective errors. Let's say span tag class text hyphen danger, and then item dot message, whatever the message we described over there. Okay, let's see if we are able to see the validation errors. So first message, this is required, is coming, because if the field is empty, only first validation will get triggered. If I provide a value, second validation is getting triggered. Same way it is behaving in a template or the reactive. Got it? So it is also same way, but the way of writing is something different. Got it? Let's say the whole form value also. Let's say you have to disable the button. So we need the button, right? So let's say you have a button. Let's say you need to disable it. Form dot valid, or what do we have? Invalid. What do we have for whole form? Password. So here it is not suggesting anything. Form dot, I cannot check every control, right? It is not providing anything over here also. I also have to check, because I'm also yet to explore everything, whatever in Signal. So many things are there again. Okay, it's a whole new API. Okay, again, we are going to have, just like for React form, we are going to have one more advanced video. Just like that for Signal also, I will cover one more video. So by that time, I will be able to understand everything what we have. Okay, because I'm also yet to figure out ki how many things are there. Okay, so this is what you do the validation. This is your normal signal form. This is your signal form with the validation. And this is how you display the validation error also. And this is how you bind the particular control. Okay, so this is your signal form. Again, API integration, everything is the same, right? It is not going to be any difference. You just have to initialize your form. And if this has a value, let's say here, something value I'm specifying. So your form will initialize with that value, right? So in your edit case, what you do, you just set the value to this variable, whatever the on edit, whatever the object you get, that you set it over here. Your form will get automatically reinitialized. Okay, because this object you have binded over here. So this is how signal based form is there. Again, as I said, it is in the experimental mode only. It is not advised to use it in the actual project. In next version, it might get stable, or again, it might need one more version. But possibly in the next version, 22 only, they will provide a stable API of everything, whatever we have in signal based form. Got it? So I hope this was understandable to you. I know it is little bit new thing for us, because the way of writing, way of creating form, and way of accessing the signal is way of accessing the value is also, it is little bit different. We are morely getting comfortable with template and the reactive, how they use, because both are almost similar. Just the way of accessing, in template we create a template reference variable, and here we access from the form. But here it is totally different. You get the number of errors and you iterate on it, right? Like that. But ultimately the way it is same only. Okay. So I hope videos are helpful. Again, new things, whatever we have, we are going to cover. But this is like basic I'm completing. And now in next video, we will going to see your lifecycle event and pipe. Two topics we are left, so that we will see. Okay. So till then, please do like. If you are not subscribed, please do subscribe. And in the video description, you will find a link of WhatsApp group. You can join that also, and you can directly connect with me. Thank you.